Dr. Susan Briggs. I'm a general and trauma surgeon, associate professor of surgery at Harvard Medical School, and director of the International Trauma and Disaster Institute at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. I first started in disaster response about 40 years ago. Many of my colleagues in Boston worked with a nonprofit, Project Hope. And when I finished my training, they said, "You want to work with Project Hope." I didn't know what that meant. But that was my first experience doing the El Salvador relief mission after an earthquake. And I was so overwhelmed. I went to a refugee camp. There was one nurse with 5,000 people, and she was making a difference. And to me, in a disaster, everybody's our neighbor, and that's been what I've carried with me now for over 30 years. There's such satisfaction in being able to help people when they are victims of a disaster. And the people are the same all over the world. So I've continued in that. It's a natural extension of my interest in trauma. But more importantly, I think we have both a responsibility, but also it's a privilege to share our surgical expertise with the underprivileged people of the world. I was very honored and surprised to receive the 2015 International Surgical Volunteerism Award, predominantly for my disaster relief activities. I've not only worked with nonprofits throughout the world, but I helped establish the deployable field hospital of civilian volunteers for the U.S. government in 1999. There are 3 of them now partnered with academic trauma centers, one being Mass General, and one being Harborview, and one being Ryder Trauma Center. And the idea is to bring our multidisciplinary teams throughout the world at the request of the U.S. government. We're volunteers, but we are federalized to be able to go. And we have gone such diverse places as Iran during the earthquake, even though we had no political relationship with them, and the people were wonderful. The Haiti earthquake, where I worked with the field hospital for 6 weeks in Port-au-Prince, and we saw 3,000 people, did 300 operations. We usually work as a community with international field hospitals from many other countries. So it's been a credible experience over the year. We often can't talk, but we're doing the same thing. And the people are amazing. When your family's injured, there are no politics. I think one of the most exciting things to me when I started, it was kind of unique. Surgeons weren't doing a lot of this. I think now there's a real commitment in our younger generation, and I hope I've been one of the models, that they really want to give back. And as you know, that's one of the key points of Operation Giving Back, is to take our assets, whether they be for essential surgery or emergency surgery, and make them available throughout the world. And every single applicant that comes for our residency now wants to know what we're doing in global surgery. I think that's a huge step for the future, to have the younger generation feel that this is an important part of their career. And I'm honored to be one of the people who's been fortunate enough to be able to work in this area for many, many years.